here. I am at the car wash here in Florida. Just enjoying this great summer of Trump that we are in. You know, when you look at where we are in the MAGA movement and where the greatest president ever, Donald Trump, is at right now, just a few days before our convention, everything is a complete miracle. I keep calling it the Trump miracle because it is. Next week, President Trump is going to receive the nomination of the Republican Party for the third time. And when you look at all the BS that they've put him through in the last 3.5 years, well, really since he came down the escalator, but let's just keep it to the last 3.5 years, the lawfare, these fake cases, fake trials, fake juries, fake prosecutors, fake judges. He's had the entire government after him all these years, and here he is waltzing into the nomination and to the presidency. And this scumbucket, Joe Biden, this senile old coot, Joe Biden, has been in office since Nixon was president. He's led a life of immorality, a life of corruption, a life of kickbacks, a life of just criminal activity, and it's finally catching up with him, right? Yeah, exactly. And Trump, who always has faith, who always stands strong, who doesn't cry in courtrooms like that wuss Alec Baldwin, good things come to those who have some faith, right? Absolutely. Welcome to my channel. My name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. You'll love my content. I'm here in beautiful Florida. It's a hot day. It's a little over 90 degrees, which is a little cool for us. And my car is being washed right now. So I'm here talking to you good people while I'm waiting for the car. But this is amazing. And, all this talk about the vice president, I never like this vice presidential talk, no matter who's running, because it's talked about for so long. In Trump's case, this time around, his third campaign, it's been talked about longer than ever. And no, these are not illegals. These are Americans. They are not illegals. And if you're asking how I know, well, because they're white guys who speak English, okay, with no accent. But, the talk of the vice president goes on so long. When they get chosen, it's almost always anticlimactic. So if President Trump chooses someone on the list, fine, okay, it'll be, it could very well be anticlimactic. But I don't care who he picks. I mean, think about this. All the elections that you have voted in your life for president, when have you ever voted because of who the vice president was? Never. No one ever votes for the bottom of the ticket. It's just something that's talked about endlessly for some reason or another that I just don't quite get. But no, I don't care who the vice presidential pick is. Really, it's a little more important this time than normal because President Trump only has one term left. So the vice president could very well become our nominee in 4 years, but maybe they won't. Things are so different. But you look at what the situation we're dealing with here, right? The deep state brought down Trump in his first term. They were after him nonstop, still after him. And now the deep state over at CNN is bringing down this president. I mean, they are so open with what they do, aren't they? It's insane. But think about what's gone on. President Trump with all the lawfare and everything. And now Biden's dealing with another form of it with all this talk of him stepping down. Trump, Vivek. I hope it's not Vivek. Whoever it is, I'm going to support him because I'm always going to support Trump in all of his decisions. But, there's some people I would like it not to be, and Vivek is one of the ones I would like it not to be. Let me get a drink of my cold soda, which is almost gone. I went to Jiffy Lube and got an oil change, and now I'm getting the car washed and cleaned. J.D. Vance, I don't know. Who knows? I saw Cattur tweeted that Richard Nixon was the same age as J.D. Vance when Eisenhower picked him to be his vice president. I didn't realize that. Okay. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I've said all along, if he picked Hillary Clinton, I'd still vote for Trump. Wouldn't you? Does it matter to you? Does it? I mean, is there anyone he would pick that you would say, okay, I'm not going to support him now? You know? Of course Trump digs coal. Who doesn't dig coal? Well, liberals, I guess. No, it's not going to be Trump Jr. It's hard to say. I mean, he said a lot this week implying that it would be Marco Rubio. He made several comments at the rally in Miami, Trump. 3, that it could be Marco Rubio. And then he posted on Truth Social about Marco Rubio that there's a residency issue, but that could be easily taken care of, he said. I don't care who he picks either, Joan. I really don't care. I really don't care. I don't think we know enough about Vivek. You know, we just don't. He hasn't been on the scene enough. Vivek has not really been vetted. There's those Soros connections. No. We don't know too much about him, and I don't want to find out after he's in office. You got to be aware of these guys that come out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden they're at the top of the ticket. You know, a lot of millennials are, all into other millennials. So millennials are always going to support other millennials. It is 12:27 p.m., 27 minutes after noontime here on the East Coast in Florida. Vivek equals Obama. Very good chance of that, Kim. It's not going to be Carrie Lake. But it very well could be someone that's not on the list, right? He could really surprise us and pick someone who's not on the list, right? That is very possible, and that would make for some exciting times depending on who he picked, right? Right now it's almost so predictable. We've heard all these names on this short list for so long. It'll be like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I'm going to watch Trump today speak, absolutely, in Pennsylvania. It's not going to be Alex Jones. It's not going to be banned. You know, Trump in Pennsylvania is just kicking butt. It's amazing to me. You know, Biden is in so much trouble. And my wife and I are going to have a podcast later today, so you guys can check that out. But, you know, the Biden's arrogance is what's holding all this up. And at this point, I want Biden to stay in. When this first happened, I wanted him out because I thought it was so dangerous. But then I realized that the world isn't making any moves towards us because they know Trump's coming back. And they're afraid of Trump. You know, that if they screw around with us with this senile old corrupt coot in office, that when Trump comes in January, they'll be in big trouble. And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, no. I think we should support Biden staying in. Doug in Exile says J.D. Vance for sure. You know, I don't see how we can say that for sure. I mean, there's the most likely is J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, and Burgum, but no one can say for sure. I don't even know if Trump knows for sure at this point. He may not have made up his mind, you know. So anyone who says for sure it's going to be this person, if they end up being right, lucky guess. No one knows. Unless, you know, if Don Jr. said it's definitely going to be this person, But I think Trump may not have fully decided yet. All right, they washed the outside. Now they're going to do the inside. I have a small car, so it doesn't take too long. Tulsi Gabbard would be the worst pick. She'd be the worst. She is a hardcore extreme leftist. She supports the Green New Deal. She's a Trojan horse. You cannot trust Tulsi Gabbard. We'll know soon enough. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We'll know soon enough. Rubio's a typical backstabber? I don't know. He's changed a lot. I interviewed Rubio when he was running for re-election 2 years ago. The Green New Deal's good for who? What are you, a liberal? He must be a liberal. I hope it doesn't take too much longer to get the car done because it's getting hotter and the humidity's pretty rough. I tell you, I went to Jiffy Lube to get my oil changed. And, you know, guys, never send your wives or daughters into Jiffy Lube. They try to sell you. I couldn't believe what they tried to sell me. You know how it goes. You guys know what happens when you go to Jiffy Lube. They try to sell me an air filter, which I had an air filter put in the last time I got the oil changed. And it was fine, but they told me I needed an oil filter. They told me I needed wiper blades. I got wiper blades just a couple months ago. So, you know. And then, they wanted to sell me a cleaning of the fuel system, and it was $100, $99.99 to clean the fuel system. So, you know, I've got a fuel-injected car. So I said, well, what is that? Because I wasn't going to get it, you know, but I want to know because it was $100, $99.99. Thank you, Kay. And they say they put some gas treatment into the gas tank. They're going to charge me $100 for that? I could buy that for $5 inside the gas station. I couldn't believe it. You know, but, you know, when my daughter in California, I've got her all trained on that. I used to take her for oil changes with me here. So when she goes to Jiffy Lube in California, she knows the whole racket and doesn't catch on to it. What a racket. I guess they don't make too much money off the oil, but oil change is pretty expensive. I got the synthetic oil. Oh, my goodness. How much does synthetic oil cost in your car? You need wipers in Florida, but I don't need them every 3 months. I just got wipers a couple months ago on the car. Welcome, North Korea. Yeah, right. There's no such thing as a Trump Bible. Exactly, Justin. I couldn't believe they have the nerve to sell that to me, to try to sell that to me. I couldn't believe. I know. Exactly. Now Trump steaks, I wouldn't mind having Trump steaks. Trump steaks, I don't think they make the Trump steaks anymore, but they used to. Australia. Make America real again, exactly. You know, I saw the president of Finland on Fox News the other day. He was here for his NATO handout. And he said that politics in America has gotten toxic. And he's right. But it's not because of Trump, right? It's because of the permanent Washington class, the uniparty. That's why it's gotten toxic. Trump is the antidote to toxicity. You know, most, someone mentioned Skanky Daniels there, who's a complete liar. A lot of adult film sex workers, because people that do adult films are sex workers. They get paid to have sex. That's a sex worker. Women who do porn or strippers, if you go throughout history, many of them claim to have had sex with celebrities. It makes them a bigger star in the sex industry if they've had sex with a celebrity. So they make it up. It's Trump or bust for America. No doubt about it. Oh, my left foot just fell asleep. Hold on. Hold on, I'm going to stand up. Oh, I was sitting Indian style. When you get my age, sitting Indian style causes your feet to fall asleep, your leg to fall asleep. Oh, man. I can't believe I'm at this car wash. It's a hand car wash, right? And it's not in the best of neighborhoods. So there's a lot of beer cans around. There's a Bud Light can laying on a bush over here. Hold on, I'll show it to you. Bud Light. And you know what I'm thinking? Because this obviously a homeless person. And my guess is that homeless people may be drinking Bud Light, and that's a tall boy can, because Bud Light, since normal people aren't buying it anymore, it's probably one of the cheapest beers out there now, right? I mean, would you buy Bud Light? Would you want someone to see you drinking Bud Light? So, since no one's buying, I bet you it's El Cheapo. It's like Blue Ribbon or Miller Lite prices now. Yep, cheap. Yeah, I'm surprised that they must be giving Bud Light to Kid Rock for next to nothing, or paying him for a big endorsement deal. Because I was surprised for him to come out in favor of Bud Light. You know, Budweiser makes a lot of beers, and they make some of the best beers. I mean, so it's hard to give up them as a company for all their beer, but you don't have to get the Bud Light. You can drink Corona or something. I wouldn't drink. You would not catch me drinking Bud Light. I don't mind Miller Lite. I think Miller Lite on a hot day is one of the best beers, but and I certainly don't like beer out of cans. They could change the name. They should just put a rainbow on the can and sell it in gay bars and stuff. That's their best bet. Because straight guys, they don't want people seeing them drink Bud Light. If people will think they're gay, right? When I drink beer, I drink 3 beers mainly: Guinness, Michelob, and Corona. That's I'll drink other beers too, but those are my main beers. Let me see what they're doing. All right, they're cleaning the inside of the car. That might take a while. The inside is dirty. Put the glasses back on. Oh, hold on, guys. All right, sorry. Oh, yeah, that's true. But no, Bud Light, they're never going to recover from that. Yeah, well. These are reading glasses, and I have to wear them to read the chat. If I don't have my reading glasses on, I can't read the chat. But I really don't drink too much. The only time I drink is on our cruises. So, on my stream yesterday, if you caught my stream yesterday afternoon, Chuck Todd from NBC says this weekend is it. The Democrats are getting together this weekend, and they're going to Biden and telling him no. And I think that is much easier said than done. Why should Biden leave? What are they offering him to step down? He's old as the hills. This is his last rodeo. His kids are all drunken junkies. His family are all degenerates. No one in his family has any political aspirations because they're all addicts and degenerates. You know, what are they going to offer him? Right? He has no incentive to step aside. A lot of people have the incentive of honor. He has no honor. A lot of them, they have family that want to have a future in politics or something. His family doesn't care about that. Look at him. Right? So, no. They have no incentive that they can offer him, except more and more money. I mean, they love the money, but I don't know if they could give them enough money to step down from the presidency. That's a big humiliation. And he can pardon Hunter anytime. Always one. Hold on. Unreal. Why should he go? Biden can pardon his whole family at any moment in time. His last minute in office, he can pardon them. So it doesn't matter. Now the car already looks better. Trump 2024. How many of you, yes or no, would be comfortable with President Trump as president for life? Would any of you be comfortable with President Trump as president for life? Yes. Trump president for life. You would? Yes, yes. Absolutely. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not alone. Eddie says no, but yeah, I'd be happy with that. Or at least until he can no longer pass a cognitive test. 8 more years, that'd be awesome. That's a dictator, yeah. H.W. Bush, he said once, Bush 1, Bush 41, he said once that he would like to see the Constitution amended so that presidents have a 1 6-year term. You know, so they don't have to worry about that re-election. I don't think Don Jr. has any plans on holding elected office. Eric's another story. Eric and Barron, that's a completely different story. 8 more years? 8 more years would be spectacular. But, you know, this vice presidential pick of Trump's, one of Trump's most important things that he has to do in this second term is to choose his successor. But I would not assume that the successor, the second MAGA president, is going to be who he picks as vice president. He may pick them for an entirely different reason. I like Byron Donalds. He's from here in Florida, too. We've got a great state here in Florida. Matt Gaetz, Byron Donalds, Trump is here. DeSantis is on the S list now, so we could never trust DeSantis, could we? This is a busy car wash. It wasn't Eisenhower, it was FDR, because they, prior to FDR, they didn't establish in the Constitution that you only had 2 terms. They changed that after, and it was just tradition. But he died in the beginning of his 3rd term. Now, if DeSantis would not have run in the primary, he'd still be the future. But he's a liar, DeSantis. He lied to all of us. This gas station I'm at, where I'm getting my car washed, is the gas station I threw Ron DeSantis' book in the garbage at. On today's podcast, I'm going to talk about this Democrat desperation to push this Project 2025 like it's something we're all into. I got here just in time because a ton of cars came up to this is a hand car wash, so it takes a little time. A bunch of cars pulled up right after I got here. We're very lucky we found out about Ron DeSantis. We could have not found out about Ron DeSantis for 4 more years, And he could have ended up being vice president. He could have ended up being the second MAGA president. And then we find out what a snake he is. So we got very lucky with DeSantis. He tipped his hat. Yeah, Agenda 2024. It's right here on the hat. Make America Great Again. That's it. I like that the Republican Party amended the platform, made it the Make America Great Again platform. That was nice. All right, they're cleaning the mats. I hate to say it, the inside of my car is really dirty. I don't usually let it go this long. But it's been raining so much here in Florida, I hadn't wanted to get the car washed. It's hurricane season. Well, Trump taking over the RNC was amazing. And Lord Trump being the head of the RNC, that was it. That's when the Republican establishment fell completely. They're still around in the background, but the Republican establishment, they've lost their power, they've lost their juice. They're nothing now. Absolutely nothing. The minute you wash the car, it rains. Well, you know. If it rains after it's washed, I'm getting it waxed too. So it'll look nice. And they charge so little money. I'm in shock at how little money they're charging. Nope, no, it's my wife's Mini Cooper that I'm getting washed. We need better representation. Well, Trump's not trash. I know you're not talking about Trump. Trump is the best. We're never going to have someone as great as President Trump again. This is it. I mean, you know, we've really got to appreciate President Trump. There's never going to be someone even as close to as great as President Trump. It's just not going to happen. You know, this historic time that we're in with President Trump. I mean, we've got two presidents running against each other, that they brought all these fake convictions. By the way, you know, when they came in with those fake convictions in New York against President Trump, he sat there and took that crap. Alec Baldwin gets the case dismissed on some bizarre technicality, and he cries like a woman. Alec Baldwin looked like a big wuss yesterday, didn't he? What a girl. He's supposed to be some tough guy leading man. What an embarrassment. What do you guys think? Did he look like a wimp yesterday, Alec Baldwin? Welcome. Yes, if you're new to my channel, subscribe. Welcome, Jerome. Just discovered the channel. Welcome, welcome. This is most definitely where MAGA comes to talk. I'm not always at the car wash on YouTube. Most of the time I'm in the studio taking live calls. Well, I'm not going to tell you exactly where I'm at. That'd be kind of stupid of me, wouldn't it? That's right, King Trump, our great MAGA king. Exactly. Very proud to have our great MAGA king, too, aren't you? Please like the video also. If you're already subbed, like the video. If you're new, subscribe. Well, Rudy Giuliani, you know, it disgusts me what they're doing to him. I've talked about it so many times. I mean, he's a war hero of 9/11. He's the first, you know, he was right there on the front lines, taking charge during the attacks on America, and they're treating him like this. This is like putting Sergeant York or Audie Murphy through trials. It's disgusting. He's one of the great American war heroes. He may be the greatest living war hero. He's certainly in the top 5 greatest living war heroes, Giuliani, isn't he? No doubt about it. And for them to treat him this way just because he's MAGA is disgusting. What he's going through is mainly because of the laptop. Remember the guy at the computer repair shop where Hunter left the laptops? That guy gave the hard drives to Mayor Giuliani. Yeah. Yeah, Red. Alec Baldwin just looked like a girl. Just looked like a big wimp. What an embarrassment. And you know he was acting, too. That wasn't even real. He was acting. Why would he act that way? Why would he not act like a tough man? You know, that's not the way to get your movie star career back, acting like a girl. Deserve better. How can you get better than Trump, Xena girl? It does not get better than Trump. It really doesn't. I mean, you know, you think he's absolutely amazing. As soon as he is president-elect, you're going to see the economy start to zoom back. Prices will start to drop, everything else. The closer we get to the election, the better the economy is going to get, and then Biden will take credit. But it's because the economy, most of the markets are based on future expectations. So the closer we get to Trump's return, the more confident the different markets are of his return, the better the economy will get. Well, you're free to buy your Bitcoin if you want. I'm not into Bitcoin. I got 2 guys washing my car. One the outside, one on the inside. Hopefully they'll be done soon. But it does look good. see. Yeah, they're getting close. That's awesome. So if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Everyone who's already subbed, like the video. You'll love my content. You know, this week I'll be, of course, live every day covering the convention. What's my opinion on RFK Jr.? He's insane. He's insane. I would not want RFK Jr. running the country. First off, he's an extreme liberal lunatic. He's got all kinds of problems that haven't even come forward. The abuse of women that he's been involved. However, I would like President Trump to put him in charge of the declassification of all the Kennedy files on both assassinations, all of them, unredacted. You know, and anybody who's named in there in the Kennedy files, they're probably dead or 100 years old, so who cares? Now, don't talk about such things, Jerome. We don't talk about things like that. No, Tulsi is not a Republican. She's a registered independent, and she's an extreme liberal. You can't trust her. That's exactly right. Man, my car is shining. But all the Kennedy files for both assassinations should all be declassified. Put RFK Jr. in charge of that group with a special presidential appointment to release those, and that would be amazing. That's what I'd like to see RFK Jr. do. Yeah, they won't leave Mike Lindell alone either, you know, and if you want to support my content, great way to do that is to go to mypillow.com and use my promo code Kane at checkout. K-A-N-E, and there's huge savings there when you use my promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. Well, they just waved to me. My car is done. So I will see you guys later. I'm going to watch the Trump rally and Trump speech, and I'll see you guys later, all right? Subscribe and like the video. Thanks for watching, everyone.